welcome to Mind Your Business, a channel where we are in everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip. Now, this Yandy storyline, it's slightly irritating. I do feel like she just wants Mendeecees to just go along with what she says. It's a very sensitive topic, but, you know, let's get into it. Well, guys, people, my inquisitive crew, let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So this week, I thought it was all right. I did say before, I feel like the show's getting a bit dry. I feel like I missed Chaotic this week with his chaoticness because he does crack me up. Basically, we start off with Sierra and Spice and Shakana at mini golf with the kids. So that's Spice's kids that are on holiday. So she talks about she's taking them on tour with her, you know, while they're on break, which is nice. And you've got Sierra there with her son as well. Obviously, Shakana has no kids. But Spice uses the opportunity to invite them to go to Belize with her and says that she's bringing the kids, you know, as part of her tour. So this is all to do with, you know, Spice and her healing journey. So I find this interesting. The healing journey is all good. But I'm like, how are you on this healing journey on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? And then now we're seeing that you're going to be doing the Baddies Caribbean audition. And Baddies are just pure fighting and mix up. So please make it make sense. This is, you're doing anger management, but then you're going to go over and be with the Baddies that are just fighting and pure mix-up. Yes, okay. Obviously, it's more about that check. We see Yandy meeting up with her cousin, and they're talking about this whole situation. Keisha is sharing that, you know, she's got more fibroids and she's got endometriosis, so she'll have to have surgery. So essentially, she can't carry her child. So after, you know, asking Yandy for her eggs, she can't carry the child. So I'm like, didn't you guys know this already? I hope this isn't a storyline, because I feel like it's a very sensitive subject, and I hope that it isn't a storyline. You know, now she's thrown out there that she wants to get a surrogate. So she wants to have a surrogate to carry Yandy's eggs. So I'm thinking, why can't you just have your own eggs then? Because if you get the fibroids removed, whatever, take some eggs from yourself, give it to the surrogate. I'm not quite understanding why they can't do that bit. That to me would make sense. Maybe there's something more going on to that I maybe have missed out. I don't know, but it's definitely giving me question marks around that bit. We see Renee and Sierra and Shakana arrive in Belize. And, you know, Sierra's talking about Eric and how he was there for her during, you know, her grandma's passing, and she's feeling a bit confused and stuff. I'm like, you sort it out, Sierra, really. And then you've got Shakana talking about, you know, she wants to kind of get back out there on a dating scene, but she wants a man with money. Obviously, Sierra's backing that because, you know, she's definitely a man with money. And then they all are basically saying, yeah, man with money. And Shakana's saying that she don't mind if the man is ugly or whatever it is, you know, as long as he likes her and he has money. I'm like, you guys sound like gold diggers over there. You know, you don't care what he looks like as long as he has money. Or you don't care that, you know, if he's ugly or whatever, just as long as he has money. Like, how about good character? What if this man has money but beats your backside? Like, please, think about what you're saying. Like, it's just giving gold digger energy from all of them. And I do like Renee. I do like... I like them as, you know, as characters on TV. They seem like they're good, fun people. But please, where is the common sense? Common sense is just not common. It's just really jarring to hear these women sit up there chatting about, yeah, just with money. Yeah, let me have money, come box you down every day. Then what? Anyway, then we've got Mendeecees. He's doing some property flips. I'm like, what is Mendeecees doing at the moment? What is Yandy doing at the moment? I know Yandy has some businesses, but I do wonder where they get all their stuff coming from. I know Yandy used to manage people before. She used to manage artists. But she stopped doing that a while ago. But anyway, so we see him at the property flip, basically talking about he wants to take down some tree beforehand and sort out some refurb. She pops up to bring him some lunch, try butter him up. He's definitely clocked onto it because he's like, well, this isn't something that she usually does. So he's like asking her, like, what is up with this kind of, you know, popping up on him with lunch. So obviously she's going to share with him about her meeting up with Keisha and Keisha not being able to carry the child now. So he's like, okay, well then that should be ending it then, right? You can't carry the child, then that's the end of that. But she's like, no, the surrogate, you know, and she's my sister. But Mendeecees made me laugh because he was like, that's not your sister, that is your cousin. I'm like, yeah, can't she ask anybody else in the family? Good question. Why has it got to be Yandy? Because, I mean, Yandy's an interesting one. I do feel like she does portray herself as this very angelic person. You know, when she first came on, obviously there was a lot of heat between her and certain people like Chrissy and certain original people, if you go back. But now I feel like everything around Yandy's her being, you know, holier than thou is what it gives anyway. basically Mendeecees still isn't too happy about the whole situation. She's trying to, win him over and saying things like, Keisha would do it for them and all that kind of stuff. So kind of guilting him into it. But I feel like she should have had this discussion with him before she agreed to giving her eggs away in the damn first place. And I think he's quite right when he said that, he feels like she's made up her mind already without his approval, essentially. Which he could just easily bring up the point where, what about when that person wanted to pay me 100k for my sperm, you didn't want me to do that. So why is it okay for you to give away your egg in that situation? Whilst I understand it's her body, her choice, she is a married woman. And it is going to be her child. Essentially, it's her DNA. Even though it's going to be an egg going to be placed into somebody else, that's still your DNA at the end of the day. So I get where Mendeecees is coming from. Next, we see Spice at the Belize festival, and she's doing like a give back through her foundation, which I thought was quite nice, giving book bags to the kids in the area. I thought that was really lovely little scene there. So it's like a little book bag drive, and she's speaking and giving the kids a bit of inspiration, so that was really sweet. We also see Scrappy take Erica out on a date. They're doing some sort of obstacle course, zip lining and all that kind of stuff. Scrappy definitely looks like he cannot wait to get off of that and get back onto the ground, where it is very flat and he doesn't have to worry about, being up in the air. But, seeing Erica with Scrappy was interesting because they were talking about, Mama D and how Mama D was upset with Bambi because Bambi cut off some FaceTime with the kids. And, Erica saying that she thinks that Mama D is a good grandma and, she hopes that they work it out. So I was like, okay, it's another little dig at Bambi. Because where is Bambi? Because she's usually on the show. I haven't seen her very much at all. I know that she's not really friendly with Sierra at the moment, but we haven't really seen much scenes with her apart from that little dry scene with her and the other one who shouldn't even be on the show as far as I'm concerned. I can't remember her name right now. But anyway, I thought that was interesting because I was like, Erica, at one point you couldn't stand Mama D as well. So I get you're trying to be like a peacemakery type thing by saying, you hope they work it out. But it was interesting that you brought that up. But anyway, it's also interesting seeing you guys out together. I think it was cute when they're talking about dropping off Imani and her saying that, she goes to her room and misses her and stuff like that. So she gets what other parents were saying, like, when your child kind of leaves the nest. We see Mendeecees, Yandy and Keisha go to the fertility doctor. Now, I thought it was interesting because where is Keisha's man? Who's meant to be the father of this child, and why is he not involved in the process? Like, I've not heard her mention him much or seen him much. So I'm like, this is not making no sense. Where is the supposed to be daddy? Why is he not involved in this? Doesn't he have a say in how this is going to work? Because this is giving very weird. But anyway, Mendeecees is still trying to wrap his head around it all. We've got the doctor explaining the process of IVF and how that works, and that, Yandy will have to put her body through quite a lot in terms of, taking injections and for them to get the eggs out and all this kind of stuff. Putting a needle in her for JJ, which shocked the hell out of Mendeecees. But he made me laugh about, can you find an egg that looks like Keisha? It's like, Mendeecees, what the hell? What? That's not going to happen, honey. This is Yandy's body. They're going to just take the eggs that they can. They don't look and be like, oh yeah, that's not how it has to be fertilized. It's not like that. It's not as simple as that. But obviously you can see that he's uncomfortable, because I'm like, Yandy, if you can see he's this uncomfortable, maybe look for another way around this. I get she wanted to have the DNA, but I do feel like Keisha is putting a lot of pressure on Yandy, and Yandy's putting a lot of pressure on Mendeecees. So there could be other ways around this. I think Mendeecees did mention adoption, but she doesn't want to do that. She wants to have her own DNA, but it's not exactly her own DNA because it would be Yandy's DNA, and you guys are cousins, so it's still one step removed. Anyway, Keisha got really emotional, which I feel like was maybe pulling on Mendeecees' heartstrings. I don't know if that was done on purpose or not, because I hope it's not giving fake storyline, because if it is, I think that's very low, and there's people out here with real issues around fertility. But because she started to cry, saying that she really appreciates what they're doing for her and blah, blah, which obviously, it is a big deal to get someone's egg. But it did feel like for Mendeecees, it must be quite emotionally draining to be in this kind of situation when you're not kind of keen on it, but you don't want to offend your wife's cousin. So yeah, it is a difficult one because, like I said, I hope it is not a storyline. Obviously, Keisha does seem like she does want to have a child, and then going through that process is also very emotionally draining for herself. You know, finding out you've got fibroids, finding out you've got endometriosis, or that it's gotten worse, rather. And then also wanting to conceive. So that's not easy, but it does feel like she's putting a lot of pressure on. And I also thought it was interesting that Yandy was saying that she's going to help foot the bill for the surrogate and for the treatment and all this kind of stuff. So I'm like, this is very interesting. So your cousin is coming to you asking like a massive deal out of you for your body perspective, but then also financially too. So yeah, my eyebrows definitely did raise around that. Next, we see Scrappy at his yard. He's talking about he's enjoying being on his own and kind of, getting into his groove, cooking some lumpy pancakes. And Diamond sitting there flirting, chatting back, and she gets a sausage with it and she like sausages in her mouth. All this extra shit. We saw Scrappy already with Erica, and now we're seeing him with Diamond. He's saying that he's not dating them both, he's just hanging out with them essentially, and he doesn't really want to deal with any drama, basically. He just wants to be at peace. But I'm like, you want to be at peace, but you keep going back. Why can't you find someone new, Scrappy? This is what I don't understand. Why has it all got to be you spinning the block? I like Erica. I do. I think she's really lovely. But I don't know. I feel like she deserves better than having to go with Scrappy and all his nonsense that he's been keeping up with. Like, he makes me laugh and all that kind of stuff, but I'm like, seriously? You just giving, your penis just going around the same circles. Back around, back around, back around. Maybe get some new blood. Get somebody new. Anyway, you've got Diamond asking about, oh yeah, I saw you with, Miss Dixon recently, talking about Erica, and obviously, Scrappy's saying, yeah, they're dropping off in money after college, and how that it was nice to be able to do that with there being no drama and stuff like that. Then she gets up after eating, chatting about she's going to lay down. I was like, oh really? So you're going to lay down in his house, are you? So this to me, like I said from last week, it's just given that he's just smashing her, because even at one point, he says that, he does have love for Diamond. Then he says he really, really loves Erica. So to me, it's clear, even in his verbiage, that, he has more of a soft spot for Erica than he does for Diamond. But, Diamond's there. It's convenient. She's helped to, support him through his hard time. So that's what it's given from what I can see. Back to Belize, you've got Spice, and the girls that are travelling in their little van, their minivan. And Spice is basically asking Sierra if she's addicted to getting married. Because it's a fair question. It was a fair question. But I thought it was kind of good them all trying to deal with their trauma. They did go to, I forgot to mention, they did go to the ruins in Belize, and they had a blessing done, which I thought was kind of cute. It was interesting seeing them with the shaman, and the shaman seemed to pick up on a few of their energies. So I didn't really mind that scene. Too tough. I like the healing journey kind of angle of the story. I think it'd be good if some of these ladies went to go and see some therapists as well, and seeing them in that setting too. I think that would be interesting too. But anyway, back to them in the van. Sierra's basically talking about, with her getting married or wanting to be in a relationship, she feels like it's because she's dealing with some trauma and having a child young and being in a relationship from young and feeling like she always needs to have somebody. And then it gets on to, she kind of mentions also being pregnant at that age of 15, and Spice is kind of surprised. And then she kind of shared that she had an abortion at the age of like 15 or 16, so that she wanted to keep the baby, but felt pressure from the family, so kind of went along with that, but also has a little bit of resentment to the family. And then she also shows that she was pregnant again at the age of 24, which you could tell, kind of got her a bit emotional as well. So I think it's good that they were actually dealing with the healing journey, but it's good to see them go and have some therapy. I also feel like Mendeecees and Yandy should go and have therapy, along with Keisha and Keisha's missing man, because where the hell is he? Anyway, they should have therapy about all that, get some therapy scenes going, because this is good for them to go on these journeys, but we need to do some proper therapy and get to the bottom of some of these situations. But anyway, on the way back in that van, it was nice seeing Shekinah kind of open up a little bit, have a bit of a vulnerable moment, and then all kind of come together a bit closer, which seemed like it was a nice little moment. Renee also shared that she also had an abortion as well, and she wanted to keep the baby, but her then boyfriend was going to jail, so she didn't want to kind of raise the kid without the dad, because she really done that with the other two. So, that was a nice little kind of intimate scene with them being kind of, open and honest with each other. And then it kind of ends with Renee getting really sick towards the end, and she was probably shaking. You can see it on the camera. So I'm hoping that she's okay, because I feel like Renee's been through quite a lot. I like her on the show, but she seems like she's been through quite a lot. But anyway, that's basically the show, and I felt like it was a little bit drier this week. I've been saying, I feel like this one, and even Miami, I feel like they need a bit of a rejig or something. Something's like needs to be added to it, because it's not giving. Is it just me, or am I just being too picky? Because it's not fully given to me. I don't know. I like some of the scenes, but yeah, maybe because there's so many cast members, because there's just a lot going on. Maybe they need to shave down some of the cast members. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot going on. But anyway, people, what do you think of the actual show? What was your thoughts on the trip to Belize? What do you think about the whole situation with Yandy and Mendeeces? Do you kind of get where Mendeecees is coming from, or are you more on Yandy's side? Or do you just think it's a total storyline grab? What do you actually think? And what do you think about Keisha and this missing man? Where is the baby father? Why has he not made an appearance? What is going on with this? Anyway, people, let me know your thoughts below. Yes, so thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of people's business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.